to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with...
This is Mark Gaffney from Gozu.
Nice. That just played Louder Than Life.
We did.
How killer was that?
It was amazing. Absolutely
Right?
amazing.
Can you believe last day of the festival, everybody's partying Saturday night, got an early set, and you have that kind of crowd?
This is why you do it. So,
Right?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, you don't even expect that, and then it's those pleasant surprises like that. It's like, wow, this makes it all worthwhile, right?
Yeah, it makes, the long drives, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because people don't realize what it takes for you to get to do that. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's a conception like you just hang out, you know what I mean? It's like, literally, I sleep next to the other guitar player every night. You know what I mean? We sell our own merch. We do all of our own stuff. So festivals like this is great. You come in, people help you put your shit up on stage. It's amazing, you know what I mean?
I know.
People singing along with tunes. It's pretty wonderful.
Totally. So, have you played Louder Than Life before?
This is our first time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's our first time.
What did you think of the festival in general? And do you play other Danny Wimmer festivals?
No, we're playing Aftershock.
That's a great one.
The 12th, yeah.
I'll be there too. That's a
right
great one. Isn't it amazing how Danny Wimmer treats the artists at these festivals?
That's probably the biggest thing that we notice, We just played 2 festivals earlier, and this is amazing. I mean, having your own area to relax in, right? Having people help you get everything on stage, catering. We've played huge festivals when none of that happens.
Yeah, and it's stressful.
Yeah.
Because it's not your people usually. It's not your thing. It's not even your normal set. So you're already stressed out, and then you go in there and you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Where here, everything is, you play some festivals that goes from A to Q. Here it goes from A to B to C to D. It's amazing. It's ran
like a well-oiled machine.
So smooth, which is, especially for what they've been going through, the staff's amazing here. It's super, super nice.
Yeah,
so,
that's key.
No one was flustered. You come in, you get a good sound check. So, it was really, really good.
Tell us a little bit about your band for listeners that have never heard you or seen you live before.
Sure. We're from Boston, Mass. We get thrown in a lot into like Queens of Stone Age, Soundgarden. It's definitely very, very groove-oriented. We're on Blacklight Media, Metal Blade Records. Chris Santos is the story how we got signed is Chris Santos went to see a band in Brooklyn. We happened to open up for the band, and he came over to us. He was like, "Hey, I'm just sent Brian Slagle's stuff. I'd like to sign you guys." And we're like, "Yeah, sure." You know what I mean? So he's like, "You guys will get an email from me on Monday." Of course, that Monday, we got an email. So we've been really, really lucky in terms of labels, but Chris and, Blacklight and Metal Blade is pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So put out an album last year, and so we're touring on that right now. And it's, each album that we do evolves, but I think everything is really, really based around a groove. And, it's very, very melodic. So.
And checking it out, like the new opposed to what you've done before, it's definitely an evolution, which
totally.
I think musicians need to have, and I think a lot of listeners don't understand that. It's like you see this band and you want them to stay that sound forever, but what artist wants to write the same song over and over again?
Yeah, I would go 100% insane.
Yeah.
And some people say, hey, your older albums were like this. How come that's like that? And you have to explain to them it's, a process where you have to keep going forward. If not, like, you're going to lose your mind.
Plus,
and it becomes really boring.
Plus, like anything else you do, any career you do, you want to get better at what you're doing.
I would hope so. Yeah.
And therefore, your music's going to differ once you actually learn what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you want to take chances. You want to definitely try things that you have never done. And so our last album, that's 100% what we did.
Yeah.
And
to me, that's what an artist or a musician is experimenting.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
I mean, because that's how you find your unique sound, too.
Yeah, and a lot of that, is having the kind of the faith to try different things, to have a label behind you that is okay with you doing different things. And, bandmates that are like, hey, try it. So, we're definitely one of those bands where it's not like the Pythagorean theorem. So for us, it's like, we've never tried that, let's try that. You know what I mean? If it works, great. If not, so be it. But we definitely need to.
It's funny because I say all the time, like, bands nowadays, especially in metal, like apply this algebraic equation to make their music. In the beginning, it wasn't like that. It was like there was nothing else that sounded like it, so there was no real formula.
Yeah.
Totally. It was all experimentation.
Yeah.
And that made bands sound unique. Like the Big Four Fresh, none of them sounded like each other at all.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. And so it's funny, Metal Blade, I give you a little story. A few years ago, I told Brian what a genius he was because I was a teenager in the early 80s. Uh-huh. I went to Slayer's first show ever, probably because of Brian.
Oh, right on.
Metallica's first show ever because of Brian.
Yeah.
He was a record store clerk at Oz Records in the Valley.
Yeah.
And we used to go in there, and he just started Metal Blade, and we'd go in and he'd say, hey, check out this album.
Right.
And they were all his artists. I just told him that was the most brilliant marketing plan ever, and he was like, I was just a record store clerk. I didn't know. It was like, but he paved the way for us to have a festival
100%.
like this. We wouldn't have had a festival like this if it weren't for Brian Slagle.
There's probably not a nicer guy, but a more knowledgeable person regarding just music in general.
100%.
So it kind of oozes from him.
And when you could have a label like that that's going against the big boys and survive for over 40 years,
you're
doing something right. 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he was part of you being here at Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, 100%.
Tell everybody your socials, how they reach you on the web, your merch, all that stuff.
So for us, Instagram, it's Gozu Band Boston. Same thing on Facebook. For merch, you could do Gozu Band. Just hit us up. I mean, if anyone ever has any questions, just go on Instagram. You can send us a message. We message everyone back. We're not a band where, we have handlers and stuff. So literally, if you hit us up, we'll hit you back. I mean, there's no...
I love that.
And we would love to speak to people. But yeah, so everything is, Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp. We're on everything, so it's pretty easy. If you were here today and you like what you heard, please grab some T-shirts, some albums.
I'll go a step
That's what
further.
gets us home.
I'll go a step further. They need to buy your merch or they can't listen to my show.
That's right. Thank you. That's right.
It's the only way you guys get to the next gig.
That's no kidding.
Right?
Yeah.
So you won't be at Aftershock if people aren't buying your merch.
Yeah, so please, get yourself some goods.
There it is. Well, love it. Love that you were here at Louder Than Life.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait for you to be at Aftershock. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you. Take care.
You got it.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.